Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
What's cooking?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Is this better?
No peaks this time.
I hope so. We'll try. So we got a setup change. We got lighting is doing its thing, mics, etc. So I hope this works out a bit better for everybody.
Yep.
We have a ritual coming.
We have a ritual, yeah,
a blood
exactly.
sacrifice.
Yeah,
Totally.
We gotta summon the demon.
So I mean, the nature of what we're doing is in fact it's not completely devoid of rituals in a way, because it's that kind of game. But first things first, you guys feeling okay? You ready to
Feeling great.
Feeling great?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm chilling.
Okay. This is going to be a cooperative night.
Yeah, that's why I'm chilling. I'm gonna be nice.
Yes, we're all here to
We're a big
play
family.
and learn
I was
together.
ready to be an asshole, but not today.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Tonight's not the night.
No
Right.
salt tonight. Just sweet.
For fun.
Drinks, pizza.
Fun. There you go.
For fun. For fun, everybody. Drinks, pizza,
Right?
Good time.
board game, friends, everybody.
Yeah,
everybody
drinks.
Chicken wings.
Drinks.
Cheers.
Coffee.
Cheers.
Coffee. Wangs. There you go. Nice mug.
Yes, it is the beautiful.
Kojima Productions mug.
Oh,
It's
you
my
can see
my
from
gift to
there.
Woolie for on Christmas.
Yes. Lucky him.
Friendship.
Friendship?
So, friendship. Okay, so in the spirit of all that, we'll get into the game in a second. I see some people are very excited for the return of Tablelords, and yeah, I think a pacing of once a month or so should be all right. I think I don't mind rearranging the living room
I was gonna say.
once a month.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
A worthy sacrifice.
Check this out. Next week we're gonna have a whole big table, all the set up a studio for that.
Just permanently set the living room up like this and work and live around it. Yeah. This is
and then never use it again.
This is my dinner table, man. You know, this is yeah. Anyway,
Man's gotta eat.
it's fine. So this game might actually last the entire session,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
It might last the entire session because this is a 3 to 4 hour game, is what they say, right? The name of the game is Dialect, and what it is according to the book itself,
A book.
The Bible.
the Bible. What? Dialect is a game about language and how it dies. So this game was actually introduced to me by 2 Mellow at MagFest. We were talking about just all kinds of stuff, and we got to Tablelords and board games, and he made a suggestion for some games, and one of them was this thing right here. So the idea is it's a game about creating language and creating a dialect, and it is a storytelling role-playing game in the traditional sense of the word. It's particularly interesting. It comes from a Kickstarter, and the people behind it are Thorny Games. Now, when you buy it, you get a deck of cards and a book, a full-ass book. And I've had to put little tab notes in here to find my way through it because there's a lot. There's a lot in here. There's basically campaigns that they give you, and the idea is that we're going to be playing a campaign together in a setting, talking together and sort of coming up with a lot of the language and setting and world on our own. We got some markers, we got some cards, we got the board set up here with 3 rings representing the 3 ages that we're going to go through in our story. And my job is the facilitator. So it's a DM of sorts, but not really a DM because the story moves itself along. But I have gone through it and I kind of know the rules a bit. So
You're keeping us on the path.
I'm keeping you on the path, more or
tour
less.
guide.
Yes, tour guide is a good way of putting it. So again, the name of the game is Dialect. And anyone that needs to know that can... you can just type it so that people who come in and ask what it is.
Thank you.
Yes. It is a game about making language, right? Really original idea that caught my attention right away as soon as Tim Tumello brought it up, because how often have you ever heard that? I've never heard of a game like this, right? But the idea of a storytelling game, according to what this book had, how it introduces it, is that We will be playing characters in our worlds. We're going to actually role play, have conversations, and invent words based on aspects of the setting that we discuss amongst ourselves. We come up with the world, we come up with the rules, the challenges, and then we come up with the words and use them with our characters, right? And then once we go through different rounds of creating words, time moves forward and we move on to the next age. So the best way to explain this is to just start it and just go through it and explain the pieces of the rules as we go through it. But for the most part, all you need to know is that it's not really, it's not competitive. There's no real win or lose. It's all you need to know is that, whatever you're creating is it is a dialect within an isolated group of people, and it will die off. Your dialect will die off by the end of it, right? That's why the game says it's a game about languages and how they die. So
I'm intrigued.
Yes, it's a very interesting game. So I'm gonna crack it open. First, I gotta be real. Getting through this to the point where I have it down to what the game actually is was a struggle. Let's be real.
It's very fleshed out.
I have to be real. It
is a book.
It's a book. So first off, if you want to play this, you're not going to get a card with a couple of instructions or a flyer, right? You're getting a book with 100 and some odd pages, 150 pages in it. Fortunately, you only really need 20% of those pages to explain what's happening to you. And there's 2 pages that are reference pages to just walk you through the gist of the game. A lot of this book is extremely, for lack of a better word, preachy. Okay? There is a very clear worldview, and there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff in here that's like
I'm
life.
helping you there.
There's a lot of stuff in here that's like life advice. Right? And there's an entire section at the end, for example, that is about how to do things in life to preserve languages. And there's a 2-page section here on things like learning to pronounce names and raising bilingual children. So there's a lot of this book that is not about the game itself.
That's a good thing for French Quebecer that wants to preserve the French language.
Yes.
Which is the Loiseau art.
Dill 101. Okay, first of all, who is this for? No one knows what we're talking about. All you guys need to know is that Quebec is a place where some people wanted to separate Quebec from the rest of Canada in order to preserve French. So, yeah, exactly. The isolated system, the isolated group.
Oh my god.
Should we just do a campaign on living in Quebec?
No.
Yeah, so, no, basically, there's a couple pages in here that are going to be what you need to play the game, and there's a lot in here that's really just... I'm a person that likes to get to the point, get to the game, get to the rules. You have to cut through a lot of fat,
right,
so to speak, and I you know what I mean?
Do you think it would help to have an abridged version?
A quick start guide would be fantastic, and all the life advice and all the parts of this that are telling you what kind of person you should be in life should probably be separated as an optional little flavor thing.
It is saying in the book to be open and respect limits and people's bubble and to not make them feel uncomfortable. And you as a facilitator, if I feel uncomfortable, you should be protecting me and be like, wait.
That's my job.
Yeah.
That's my job.
And we're creating a safe space.
Right.
But we're not safe here.
But fortunately...
No, we are. Today we are.
But fortunately, I know all of you fuckers
Hey.
really well.
Safe.
Hey, stop. I know all you fuckers really well. So I think...
I can behave.
I'm on the defensive right now,
Yes.
and that makes me feel a certain way. So can you please move on?
Can we... Yeah, we're going to move on.
Thank you.
This is an unnecessary... We
Thank
don't
you.
need to... I wasn't even going there. They're getting incendiary. I was trying to be nice,
I didn't
Steph.
do
He's trying to say
anything.
that he knows you guys so well that he knows how to be a good host,
But
and he
I always
doesn't have
behave.
to worry about any of this stuff. Because
Why are you getting political? I'm trying to be nice, all right? There's a lot in here that has nothing to do with the game, so just be aware. But that being said, the game is a really cool concept, and we after playing a run through of it, I'm very down to do it again with a larger group. So,
Mr. Facilitator.
yes.
What do you have in store for us?
So the first thing that we need to do is decide what kind of backdrop we want for this world we're going to go into. So we're going to create as much of a living, breathing world here, and that means that like elaborate as much as you want on the details, zoom out as much as you want on the macro level, right? Like this is we're creating an imaginary world in our heads.
Okay.
We are RPing, right?
Let's go.
So put on your thinking caps, get creative. We're going to pick from a couple of different backdrop options. You guys tell me what you think sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Okay?
And are there many? How many are you going to read out like this?
Yeah, we've got a couple of different summaries, and we can choose amongst them. So there's 4 primary backdrops, and then there's some expanded ones that people submitted.
Okay.
Okay? So, so the backdrop...
Does that mean that you can make your own sub backdrop if
Totally.
you wanted to? Oh, okay.
You could.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, post-separation Quebec.
That would be great, actually. I
Yeah.
would love to see how it is.
What do you call people that live outside the border? You call them Habs. You get it right away, don't you? We're not Habs anymore. They're Habs.
Yep. It's
Because the Montreal Canadiens
are called the Habs.
are called the
But
Habs.
at the same time,
But
like
we're not
Habs,
Canadian anymore.
It's les habitants. It means like we live here. So should we be the Habs? The Montreal Habs?
But it's too late. It's already morphed.
Yep. Get with the times.
the Montreal Quebecers?
So backdrops are this is going to be the setting in the world. So the first 4 are the Outpost. The Outpost this is the story of the first Martian outpost. After communications with Earth have been cut off, they fight to survive on the Red Planet. Number 2, the Compound. A group has barricaded itself against a world they can no longer take part in. The year is 1982, and in their solitude, they create a new utopian home. Sing the Earth Electric. Left behind for one final mission before humanity abandoned Earth, a misfit crew of machines pursue their ultimate duty. Thieves Can't. Scoundrels and thieves must develop a way to communicate with each other in public without betraying their real intentions. So these are the first 4 backdrops we can choose from, right? Keep in mind if any are of interest. And now I'll go on to the submitted ones. We've got a couple of extras here. Yes, so there's quite a few more of these. So just hold on to the ideas. Sanctuary Island. The sickness tore through Boston. In the shadow of the lighthouse in their island home, the group is determined to remain untouched by the disease. The Zatsen Dacha, I can't pronounce this word. Always on the move, they make their homes in carts and caravans. Distrusted by outsiders, the locals refer to them as Zatsen Dacha, or horse people. Worcester School. They were sent to a remote English boarding school to become men. Instead, in their isolation, they found identity, community, and resistance. Wolfpack. They protect the pack in their forest. Hunters at the night. The wolves use their bodies as well as their voices to communicate. 2081, Solar Slums. In these neon streets, refusing the cultural suicide of corporate life means taking your own way. Shaded from the deadly sun, this resistance of cyborgs and hackers will fight with every tool they can against a consumerist dictatorship. The protecting ones. The swimming ones, the flying ones, the crawling ones are all in danger, and it's up to the protecting ones to safeguard the waters of the world. Slave uprising. They claim their freedom in blood. With their captors now buried on the island shores, how will they rule over their new home? Forbidden children. Unseen and discarded, many of these children must move in the sprawling hidden spaces of the city. May they have a moment to dream in the cracks and shadows. We've got 4 more. Is that too many? Do you guys have...
You can keep
Keep
going.
going.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. Velayuthapuram, Tamil Nadu, 2006. Punished for no crime, this Dalit community in rural India is imprisoned in their own home. They must relish small victories and moments of happiness in order to survive in the face of cruel oppression. Beyond the village, this band of queer artists, laborers, and hustlers make their homes in a former parking garage of urban hellscapes that stretch forever. They must nurture and care for one another while fighting back against those who would prey on them. The Self-Actualization Project. They didn't fit in with the rest of the world. Scattered across the globe but connected digitally, they now form new lives with their families of choice. And lastly, Toy Box Tales. As the years go on, playtime grows shorter. What is to become of the toys when the child they love so dearly grows up? So, that was a lot.
Yes.
A lot of them like reminds me of something. Each of them is like, oh, this
Reminiscent
is
of
like
this or that. Yeah, definitely. But again, so you got the Martian Outpost, the Compound, Sing the Earth Electric, Thieves' Cant, Sanctuary Island, Chachen Dacha, Worcester School, Wolfpack, 2081 Solar Slums, Protecting Ones, Slave Uprising, Forbidden Children, Tamil Nadu, Beyond the Village, Self-Actualization Project, and Toy Box Tales. Do any stand out to you as ones you like? I have
a couple that I
there
like.
are a few that
Okay.
holds for me, yeah.
I like Sing the Earth Electric. The idea of playing as robots abandoned by humanity sounds pretty cool. I think that's an interesting setting.
You just want to be near.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of Wall-E.
Oh, Wally. Okay, yeah.
But Nier is also a good one too. So the only I like the Martian Outpost and I like the Thieves' Cant, but I've read the Martian Outpost ideas already from the examples in the book, and we did Thieves' Cant a little earlier for our examples,
As a practice.
right? But like I like the Sing the Earth Electric one. What do you guys like?
I like the Boston one where the disease one.
Okay.
I like that. Feels like zombies all around, but not zombie, but they gotta be careful.
Sanctuary Island, the lighthouse on the island to stay away from the disease.
I like the Wolfpack one.
The Wolfpack, okay.
Yeah. And the Mars Outpost was pretty cool.
Mars Outpost is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay.
What about the Slaves Uprising?
I like
Blood?
that. I like that.
Yeah, I like the blood part.
I do. Actually, it was like slaves, blood. Oh, they took their destiny in their hand.
Okay, what do you think?
I guess the 1982 one was intriguing just because of like going back in time.
Which one was that?
Utopia, trying to create another world, being in the bunker.
Okay, so we're all over the place.
Everyone's all over the place.
We're all over the place here. Nobody digs the robots. Okay,
the robot is cool too.
I'm like intimidated by the robots.
I like the Martians, but I'm afraid that I'm too.
You've already read it.
I'm too influenced by the examples in the book that the book gave.
For sure.
The Wolfpack could be interesting. The Slave Uprising could be interesting as well. The Wolfpack makes me think we're going to be like just anthropomorphic, or not anthropomorphic, but like we're talking animals.
Yeah, talking animals.
Right, and I can't get that image out of my head.
to me. Oh, is it because of a certain person named John? Super eye patch wolf.
Oh, no.
But now I just put it in.
Keep that fuck out of this.
I just put it in your mind now.
Keep that fucker out of this.
Safe space. We don't talk about him.
We don't bring that up.
I am sorry. Where's your X part?
Yeah. So the.
Well, why don't we do the slave one?
Slave. You know what?
I do like the robot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Slave Uprising.
I mean, it's basically that, isn't it? Right. Okay.
Can you reread the premise for it?
Slave Uprising. They claim their freedom in blood. With the captors now buried on the island shores, how will they rule over their new home?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Let's go with that. So let me find that page.
And do we have to like set rules before we start about the universe? Like, if this robot, like, do they die or are they eternal?
Well, that's exactly what we do.
All right.
So, Slave Uprising. Reggie, you know me so well.
So we're combining those two now? Or do we
No. We'll just go with it. We'll just do traditional because each one has a module that we kind of can follow. That is,
it guides us.
There's a guide to each arc, So you can't freely combine it unless you go through it in advance and do the groundwork. Because as we move through the ages, we've got to know where we're going.
The world, how it's changing,
exactly.
how it influences us.
Okay. So, Slave Uprising by Laura Simpson. So let's moving a bit forward because we're stuck on this point. We're stuck on this point. Moving forward, the other questions that we have to answer are things such as we're from many diverse lands and regions. What factions do we have amongst us that understand each other's history? Not everyone raised arms against the captors. Who were they? The island had severe drought cycles paired with brief heavy rain sessions. How do we preserve water? And then geometry about the island, and then rebuilding efforts and hostile environments. Yeah.
This is my problem with it, is that I feel it's so wide.
No, this module's not as good as the ones we did before. Yeah, this is too broad in a weird way, and the questions are not leaving... It's not...
It doesn't make you converge towards something. It's
difficult to pick points out of these ones, right? Maybe we should go with one of the original 4. Yeah. We didn't get too far in.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. But if we're gonna bail, now would be the time to bail. Okay. Yes.
We fell from power.
That's fine. So this is from the expansion pack modules.
Yeah.
So that might be why it's a little bit, less
more open-ended. Tight. Yeah.
So we're gonna just ditch that out. Yeah, because looking ahead, it's all in that same sort of like. It seems to be like you were slaves and this is it. But what else do you get? It's kind of difficult to see where that pushes through. So, all right. Alternatives then.
So was the space truckers?
Yeah, if we want to go with the solid ones from the first 4, then and again, sorry for the false start. We've got the Outpost, the Martian Outpost, the first humans on Mars. We've got the Compound. A group that barricaded itself in 1982. We've got Sing the Earth Electric, the final robots left behind after humanity has left Earth, and the Thieves, the scoundrels that have to communicate with each other in the public without betraying their real intentions.
So you guys already did the Thieves. Let's do the robots, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, like we could also do the Thieves though. Like we could do it. There's stuff there if you want. So whatever you guys like the most.
I'm down with the robots.
Okay.
I either option is good for me.
Okay.
So.
Oh, let's do robots.
Robots. All right. Sing the Earth Electric. So
new rules.
Part 2.
New world.
Reset. It was Skynet that reset the world, so now we were doing this again.
The slaves lost the end. Now. So yeah, let's do it. Sing the Earth Electric. Harumph. If I were to abandon a planet, which I would never do, by the way, I'd at least want to hear from it once in a while. Maybe send a message or 2, or flowers. Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen one of those. No use kidding myself, though. We haven't detected a shred of organic life on Earth for at least 100 years. The humans left, but they needed something done in their wake. They repurposed a crew of autovacs, roto-harvesters, really anything that would fit an AI module and lend a silicone limb. A scarcely compatible band of machines manufactured from all corners of the world and brought together to accomplish this one task. At any rate, this ball of dirt is ours now. Without the humans, we've had more time to interface with one another. The experience has been, let's say, illuminating. So, first, our job. What task did the humans program us to accomplish on Earth without them?
I think that depends why the humans left. Like, if the robots had to do something after we left, was that for the humans' profit? That they had to send something or wrap something up? Or
so
what if
you can have ideas about that, but, like, we can almost slowly work towards that in a way. Let's... Because like, you could have... Because, by answering the questions, you can kind of let the story roll forward with new developments.
Okay, what was the question again?
So the question was, what task did humans program us to accomplish on Earth without them?
Assembly. Let's say truck assembling or...
There's manufacturing.
There's manufacturing. There's definitely that.
The delivering. Like... Porter.
There's there's transportation.
Transportation,
That's a possibility as well.
Maybe harvesting the earth for...
You can go harvesting. You can go more... You can definitely go, like, into, like, literally fixing whatever...
Oh.
Fixing the state. You know what I mean? Depolluting.
They could come back to it later.
Deradiating. You know, there's different places we could go with that. I think manufacturing and transportation is perhaps like too
mechanical. It doesn't need
too
AI.
insignificant.
Doesn't need AI to
what
do
if
that,
there was
right?
like a Chernobyl type thing that really but then how did the humans leave? But yeah, because you were just saying radiation. Like, what if they were trying to just make the Earth habitable again by trying to clear some stuff out?
Okay, so you need a robot explorer,
right?
To go into dangerous areas and stuff.
To go to dangerous areas where humans would not be able to go to because it's too hazardous, and we need to find, I guess, food or water or I don't know.
Deradiate.
Deradiate? Okay.
I don't know enough about nuclear physics, so I feel like we have creative license here.
in our world, we're scientists. We know everything.
What you guys are thinking about is that for some reason there was a nuclear accident that forced the humans to leave, and we, the robots, were left behind.
Mm-hmm. Could have been war. It didn't have to be nuclear. It could also be, it could be straight up like epidemic, pandemic. Yeah. You know.
Okay. For food shortage.
Food shortage is possible as well. So we have to grow food. Find any means to grow food. That's a possibility as well. It should. I feel like our job should be something very important.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I like the idea of trying to fix a broken situation.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
As opposed to like sort of like growing a thing, but I'm not sure.
Well, I'm just thinking logistically with the growth, it'll just perish before people come back. So it has to be something that, anyways, work that can always be ready and done for like years and years in the future.
Okay.
How
about climate change?
Climate change, oceans.
Oh, okay.
Water.
Try to get the carbon out of the air.
Alien invasion. And now we're robots to fight the aliens.
Now we're just in the air. Now we're just going in the air. Okay, pick your favorite planetary threat.
I mean, I've seen Armageddon a million times. A big, like, crashing meteor or something. That messed up the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And it's like the robots have to clean it. Humans leave. I don't know. Pandemic is pretty good.
Repairing the atmosphere. That's a possibility. Let's go. Let's go nuclear.
Okay.
Right. Let's go nuclear cleanup.
Is that like Fallout? I haven't played Fallout.
Neither have I. But I mean, that's like, you know how they had to cover Chernobyl slowly so that it wouldn't leak radiation.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
No, not enough.
Okay.
Not.
Like basically that there was a nuclear accident and everyone, I mean, we're far enough in the future that everyone was able to bail, but this is just such a huge thing that we need robots to kind of patch it up, and I don't know how to
Or what if there was a virus that like something that was like so toxic that like a dead body would just like become like an origin point for spreading that same problem, you know?
It's not the same thing as pandemic?
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody dies, so I guess the robot could clean up the pandemic.
So what I'm getting at is like, let's say a corpse becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Like Last of Us, for example, has like spores as a thing, right? So what if there was a deal where it's just straight up like, the amount of dead bodies that would lead to the furthering of the spreading of the disease was just something that couldn't be dealt with.
So they had to leave.
So we are the corpse
clean.
Corpse disposal units.
Yep.
Yeah. And as long as there are humans, there will be dead people.
Yep.
So
that
can last into the future.
All right.
Okay.
We got something. Okay.
Yes.
We can hold on to that.
So that aspect. Can you repeat the question so I know how to phrase it?
What task did humans program us to accomplish on Earth without them? We bury the dead.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yes, come and bury your dead. Ding,
Yep.
ding,
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 ding.
ding.
Yeah.
Bring your dead.
the body wagon. You know, there's a band with a name
1R.
that is the coolest.
I wasn't even sure if it was you.
What is that face, Woolie? It looks like it's disgust, right? It's disgust.
But I was like, Barry?
Very.
It's okay. It's
You're a psych student.
So?
hold on. It's a calm environment. This game is all about. It's all about
Hey, I'm
feeling each other.
bilingual, and I feel like you're attacking my bilingualism because I don't know how to spell.
Yes.
I'm sure it's
This is a language
because
game.
I was raised in French that I don't know how to
Just
spell
because you're
Barry.
bilingual doesn't mean you don't belong.
A game about language and how it dies.
I suppose that's how it does.
Hey, if we all agree with her, that's evolution. 2 R's, bury. Bury.
Okay.
Bury.
So, we bury the dead. There's a band called "And You Will Know Us" by Trail of Dead. It's
Damn.
the fucking sickest name for a band I've ever heard. You can call them Trail of Dead for short. So cool. All right.
Cool.
There
Next
you
question.
go. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We got something.
Moving along.
Yeah.
A long shadow. In what way have we started showing shades of humanity?
What?
In what way have we started showing shades of humanity? I have something for
You
this.
got an
and I don't know
idea?
if- what
Lay it
you
on
guys
us.
think.
Shoot.
So, I think because here's the thing, right? If we didn't have shades of humanity, then this would be a very boring game because we would just be completing our tasks, doing what we do, and there would be no push and pull to any of it, right? So this almost read my mind because even just reading the first aspect, like when the introduction shows a robot that's going through emotions and feeling like,
Yeah.
ugh, they left us, really?
Yeah.
Right? That made me think about like, what if like we are built in such a way that like we have our job, but we also have the capability of like solving new problems that would arise from whatever our job is, complications that need to be, you know, like computed. So basically, what if we have the ability to kind of like problem solve? And I guess I think about like Mega Man X in a way where he has the ability to hesitate and to worry over an issue, right? And that's what sets him apart from a lot of the other robots at the time. Is like he has the ability to like hesitate over an issue and reconsider.
So
you know,
ability to think instead of just doing the program.
the ability to slowly grow, like maybe you don't start right. Maybe you start right away as just like an input-output basic machine, but like through learning and through continued exposure to multiple different stimuli, like your AI, it grows, it evolves, it adapts.
Yeah,
And-
maybe
Well,
you
because they have
could,
to be unmanned, right? So they have to
Exactly.
be able to figure things out without anyone there.
you could say that like the AI calculating like the pros and the cons, the probabilities might emulate some sort of emotion in a way. It's a robot and it's calculating.
Eventually.
But it's not an emotion necessarily because you can say like it's not sentient or whatever, but just everything that analyzes probabilities, pros and cons, seems like an emotion.
We have the ability to feel a digital version of, let's say, empathy, right?
Yeah.
we have the ability.
Like there is destruction and damage done, we should try to change that as a robot because it's the betterment of our world and this is our purpose.
And the longer you've been around, like the more you actually understand these circumstances.
You've
and
done
like,
more calculation and cross references than a newer robot. You've seen more shit, so you have more experience.
You know,
so depending on where the robots live their life, they have different experience, which shape into having different personality.
I was thinking about that actually. Like, compare maybe like a Japanese robot to like a Northern European robot, and a Japanese robot is like work. But the Northern European robot was made by people that had more like social like awareness of like don't overwork yourself. So they have different personalities in a way.
So AI is always going to grow and adapt and like become more complex as it's exposed to more stimuli. But I feel like there'd be an interesting simple thing that we could add, right, to just kind of kind of throw a wrench in the works, so to speak.
What if, because the dead is sacred, just generally in life, we kind of program them to bury them like respectfully? You know what I mean? Like not to a mass grave or something, and that trait kind of evolved and gained empathy.
But we're not. But like the idea of we bury the dead is also more like we cleanse and
we're cleaning up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely more than just like a funeral in that way.
What if go ahead.
I was gonna keep it. I was gonna broaden it out and say something like, we have like in what way have we started showing shades of humanity? We have curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Can
I can expand on that.
We have something in us that makes us want to know more about things.
Okay.
That goes along with what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
It's that we let's go a little bit more into the fiction.
Okay.
And we are thirsting for knowledge, for information, and by burying the corpse, you analyze the whatever this person has lived in their life, and then you put it into yourself, so that you download their memory, basically when you bury the that's why I said fiction.
That's cool, but what purpose does it serve?
It serves
the
because
humans come back.
Because the more knowledge you have, let's say the stronger you can be, or you want to be the ultimate robot. Let's say.
How does it help your job? Maybe it helps you find bodies, right? Maybe it helps you if there's people, because at the end of the day, your job is to find the bodies, right? Being the best, strongest, coolest robot is like.
Okay, so let's step back a little bit and say that because to help humanity, history has been lost. So our job is by burying the bodies and downloading the memories, we can take back the history that was lost, the knowledge or the past.
Okay. So it's like a secondary objective? Because our main objective is to bury the dead. Our secondary objective would be to archive the knowledge? Is that kind of what it is?
How about...
Or what if you use the knowledge to help you learn and like just become better and smarter robots by like accessing memories?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Kind of like with your curiosity aspect.
Again, the question is, how have we started showing shades of humanity?
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
I think the more you see, like, as a robot, the more you see cases of dead bodies, and the more you can see, like, differences and patterns, and that's how you would learn, in a way.
I think curiosity is open-ended, and, like, it can express specific details as we go further in, but you want to keep it something that, like, is like, this is something that humanity had that now we have. And, like, as far as what it does and how it does it, we can just let it roll and see where it kind of goes. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay.
So the robots would want to learn, in a way, by curiosity.
We are curious creatures.
Yeah.
Machines. We are curious machines.
Investigators. And we learn. One R. Safe space.
What?
Curiosity.
Okay, just the word itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I feel like the judgmental eyes that you have there, and you're like, what?
No, I didn't know what you were writing because I thought you were gonna write.
Curious.
I thought you were gonna write the phrase like "we are curious creatures." Like anyway, it doesn't matter. We know what it means. The examples given are like short sentences,
Okay.
as opposed to like single words. But we get it.
That's cool.
And now we have a free aspect, and this one we just fully create entirely. So this is where we can go other places with it, right? Mm-hmm. So we bury the dead. We have curiosity, and like it can't all be roses, right? So like, what's something about the way we operate, that might be a major concern? Like, are we solar powered? Do we need sunlight to recharge? Is there something else that might be an issue?
So you're thinking of like what constraints us?
Do we have bodies that break down and then we have to move our consciousness into another body after a given period of
Do
time?
we have like nuclear batteries that last for years and years?
Or maybe
do we have recharging stations?
Or maybe it lasts like a very short period and then you just have to constantly...
Terminal.
Well, even at the beginning, it does say that the humans just grabbed whatever kind of robots that they could put an AI thing into. So maybe
It could be anything.
there has to be like a maintenance crew, or there's like kind of a mini structure within the robots because we have to make do with what's there. And they're there for hundreds of years, I think they said. There hasn't been a life in hundreds of years. So.
Okay. So like maybe then body switching is not a constant thing. Maybe it's a special thing. Maybe getting put into another form is like some kind of reward or honor or something, something special.
Maybe repair robots.
What about them?
Like, you could have robots that like dispose of the dead and have other robots that tend to the robots that get
Like a
rid of the
healing
dead.
class in a way.
Yeah, and like these ones are more resistant and higher class robots.
But, sorry, I kind of, like that, they can exist, but I more so mean like an aspect of all of us, right? Like this is what's another aspect that applies to like this isolated group?
Can't the aspect be that there's two subgroups?
We have class within robots.
There's two subgroups.
In terms of the people who, the robots that bury the dead and the ones that repair, and that there's like some sort of society that kind of evolves from that. Or just to answer your question, because that's the direction that I think Reggie was going into. So I'm like, can the aspect be some like a multifaceted aspect?
It could. It could. I'm definitely down to go a little bit more like I kind of feel like that's the kind of thing that is often played and it comes up in the cards anyway.
Oh yeah.
Like there's literally a card that's like a faction card that comes out. So putting it in the aspects kind of wastes it there. If you pull out a card that says, "Hey, a sub faction shows up," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of knowing what some of those cards are like. So, okay. So again, I'm still thinking about like power, energy, life, death, like how we operate. And like limitations that might come from that,
I guess we could put a limit, like we all die as well.
What if the bodies we find are also a form of fuel source?
That's
fuel the
grim.
robots?
Yeah. What if we have to find the dead? And if we don't, I mean, maybe not actually, like, maybe not shoving it in your mouth.
Our main purpose fuels our survival.
Yeah.
But then what's the point of burying the dead then? Well, I mean, I guess to clean it up. So the way we clean up is to eat them?
Yo, that's juice everywhere for the robots. juice.
What about like we bury the dead? Like we have to dispose of the dead.
Dispose of
we
the
dispose of the dead. It
And
doesn't have to be buried. It
Yeah.
could be any way.
Yeah.
Like incineration.
Yeah.
If it's clean, assuming.
Yeah.
Burying, whatever, and they have to
Yeah.
consume it.
We dispose of the dead.
To
and,
make
and how do
fuel.
we dispose of the dead? And the dead fuel us.
Yeah.
And is that the main way that we dispose of them, is using them as fuel?
It could be.
It could be.
So
I think that creates something interesting where
I think
if you don't find any,
oh yeah,
you understand? Like this opens up possibilities.
the human made us be like this because they want to force us to work. They want to force us to give us an incentive. If
keep on doing the
if you
work?
want to survive, dispose the corpse.
So let's say we become too aware. We still are stuck doing our jobs to stay active.
Yeah,
And
because otherwise we die.
And anyone who gets too above their purpose, like you can't get so far beyond your job that you stop doing it.
right. You're always stuck in
Yeah.
that grind.
No matter what kind of society you develop, you all have to find the dead
Right.
and deal with them.
Yeah.
All X billion
Yeah.
dead and deal with them.
Wow. It's almost like the 9 to 5 is disposing of your own corpse.
Yeah, and it's literally it's what's the word?
What?
For what you just said the humans did, there's a word for that. It's a thing that forces us to
Incentive?
Incentive?
it's a force to incentive, yeah, but it's not really
But that's not
incentive.
the word I use.
No, that's incentives are a positive. Anyway, but
I understand what you mean. I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't have the words for it, but I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we bury the dead with we dispose of the dead.
Okay.
Okay. We dispose of the dead. We are curious.
Deterrent. It's like a deterrent from to stop us so that we never stop working.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. We dispose of the dead, and then our third aspect becomes the dead fuel us.
Yes.
I think making them sentences also helps create the idea a little bit more, which is kind of why I was thinking that like curiosity, because we might get lost in the details. So like the elaborated sentence is easier to like remember.
So since I'm replacing this one, should I go ahead and replace that one too?
Okay, so let's write this one first. We would dispose of the dead. Let's write the third one, which is
The dead fuel us?
the dead fuel us.
And our curiosity might lead us to realize that we ourselves have an end in
Well,
sight.
Here at some point our job is complete.
Exactly.
Right?
And what
So
What
now?
happens next?
and then this is
I got some ideas for my character.
Yeah, let's see. At some point, the dead, you know. Now what? We got them all, or did we? Who knows? Yeah.
Wow, that sentence. The dead fuel us.
You gotta say it right. You gotta say it with power, right? We dispose of the dead. The dead fuel us, and
We are programmed to be curious.
we are blessed or cursed with curiosity.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know. You can just write it above the word
Okay.
on the same card. We are blessed / cursed with.
You have no space. Yeah. All right. So, what is the next step?
Wow. Okay, we had to work through that. They weren't kidding.
It's a campaign. Yeah.
Okay. So now we each answer community questions individually. So So each person is going to answer one question. Okay? So, Steph, what does the Earth look like now? How did it become uninhabitable?
Okay. Well, I mean, we already have a little bit of that answer, but it became uninhabitable because sorry, I'm thinking because you mentioned the spores or the virus. Because at first I was thinking with the robots, do they want to also have to purify the air or get rid of the virus?
No.
But perhaps that's
that purpose has changed, I guess.
That's too much. So let's say virus then, and it doesn't have to worry about that. And then what does the Earth look like? Well, let's say, they said
100 years since the humans have left.
Yeah. And we can say this is the future. So we were really, really populous. So billions of people dead. So,
100 years is definitely overgrowth, right?
Overgrowth and ruin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that there's some projections that say that we're going to tip and then come back. But let's just say that it's really, we were just really smart. We were able to figure out a way to sustain a lot of people. So thus we just have so many bodies to go through. And that's why it's taking so long. So yeah, I guess it's littered with bodies. I guess if there's lots of bodies, there's lots of rats and other animals.
What does the Earth look like?
The Earth? Well, since this is the future, I'm going to say that it's, kind of concrete jungle vibe going on.
Would the tides have raised and dropped so that ground level is now underwater? Would there be vines overtaking entire cities after 100 years?
Yeah, well, with time, everything is overgrowing. And roots are undoing all the concrete. Maybe some buildings are collapsed.
Yeah,
with time.
dilapidated or something.
Is there a way that is there a summarizing view on this, you think? You think rats would just be everything?
Everything as in they're running shit in a way?
Well,
I'm just thinking what comes along with corpses.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about literally it's does the Earth is it mostly winter everywhere now?
You're thinking climate change.
I'm thinking about when it says what does the Earth look like?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the planet, what has
Is it blue?
changed.
Is it still blue?
Well, I guess I wasn't thinking of any changes. I was thinking more so because if I'm thinking of just dead bodies, I guess you could say that it's gotten hotter with all the gases that are being released.
Yeah,
That's
I like
true.
that.
That's true. Mongolia, back in the day when Genghis Khan killed so many people over that area that it literally changed the atmosphere.
You're kidding.
Because the amount of bodies was unlike anything the Earth had ever seen.
Was that in Hardcore History?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I forgot about that.
crazy.
Shit.
Genghis Khan killed so many people that it left a carbon footprint
Okay.
on that area of the planet.
That is insane.
You have no idea how many people he fucking killed. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so why don't we say that this precipitated now a climate change, it accelerated the warming of the Earth.
Did it change the oceans?
So yes, now the ice caps have melted.
Every time we consume a body, are we releasing gases? Are we releasing toxins?
Well, I would say we're clearing it out.
Yeah,
because we'd have to be programmed to try to take care of this.
It would be bad if it made things worse.
Yeah.
Right?
So how does it affect the animals and creatures? Are they fucked also?
I think the virus should only affect humans.
I think so.
Yeah,
too,
but the virus affects human, but because of corpse create I don't know what we get saying gases.
Yeah.
And the gases affect the secondary.
But just because a disease affects one species, it doesn't mean that it will be transferable.
Well, I think
to
what Minh
everyone,
was saying is that are the animals affected by the climate change and by the gas and stuff?
Yeah. Not directly.
Not the virus.
Not the virus.
With
the
now
dead
there's
body
methane.
gases and everything.
Now these animals are living in this corpse-ridden.
I think
like a chain reaction. I'm talking about.
Okay, I think realistically, just to
Wrap it
offer
up.
some,
Yeah.
I think realistically, it's okay, humans are no longer around, but there's still factories producing. There's still electric life continues to exist, and it's not necessarily it's not, and like I said, the disposal process might even still contribute to global warming and things like that. We could go that direction.
I don't want to go in that direction only because, or I propose that we don't go in that direction only because the whole point is to try to make Earth habitable again.
Okay, so then...
So maybe the robots are designed in such a way that it...
Okay, so then the Earth is most... So then, again, like, I know I said it twice already, but I like, in terms of just, like if you're drawing a picture, right?
Yeah.
Of random screenshots, to me, again, it's like, if you have to say that we've built a structure we've built our homes and where we stay and our jobs and whatever we do, we've built it on top of, like, sunken cities and overgrown buildings, right? I think that's a clear visual. This is what the Earth looks like now. The water levels have risen, and a lot of things that used to be buildings are now covered in overgrowth. And I think, like, that's a simple, like, this is what it looks like now, right?
Okay, that's fine.
The other places to go with that would be like, it's always winter, or it's, you know what I mean? But like, we're going for like what does it look like? Mm-hmm. So that's what I kind of was thinking.
Okay.
You know?
I think you summarized what I was trying to say.
And the reason why it came uninhabitable was because of
the virus,
the plague, right? All right. So we can write down on a card.
Do we write the community questions down?
Just so that we can remember them and put them on the side. The plague wiped out humans, and the planet is sunken and overgrown.
And ruins.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say it?
Dilapidated?
Yes, dilapidated buildings.
That sounds like a difficult word to say, so I'm not going to try to say it.
Disheveled.
Nice. Sure, Woolie is a Scrabble wizard.
How many of us are there? Where are we geographically located?
Aren't we taking turns?
Oh, this is me, I guess?
Reggie.
Okay, so we're not all over the planet. We're in a particular section of the world. Right? Can you repeat that again?
What does the Earth... how many of us are there, and where are we geographically located?
Well, I would assume near the... Well, everywhere, because we're robots.
Right?
We have to clean the plague where there were centers of population.
I think the biggest landmass connected would be from Europe.
Asia.
From Europe, you could make it to Asia. You could make it to Russia. You could make it to Africa. You could cover most of, the planet in terms of collecting bodies. You would have to somehow make it across the Siam Gap to get over to Alaska. It'd be not really a thing.
Well, there has to be maybe a couple hubs, like a North American hub.
Yeah, that's
South
what
American
I would think.
hub.
I would make like one near the Canadian-American border, one like near the southern America, the south of the United States, and then like something in Middle America.
Okay.
Then
I imagine we're gonna be together.
We're as in the characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so us.
So
particularly, I would say we are in China.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I was going to go cradle civilization? Motherland? No? All right. China.
We are in China.
Okay. And how many of us are there?
Wait, I changed that.
Excuse me.
The main hub, the main center of the robot.
Is that where we are?
Yeah, we are in Mongolia, between Russia and China.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we are.
We're in Mongolia?
Yes.
And how many of us are there?
In this particular section, because there are others in the rest of the world, we are 500 robots. Some on standby, some active. No, everybody's working. 500 robots, and we get shipped around like porters.
So if there's 500 to deal with billions of dead.
Dude, that's my corpse. You
But
ain't touching it.
It's 100 years, right? And we're still at it. So it needs to be like valuable.
Well, each corpse has to give us how much time is the question, right?
Okay,
so we're gonna start to build on those. But for now, like let that come. But for now, right? You like 500?
More robots. Okay. Assuming like let's say for 2 billion dead people, maybe. How many dead people would you assume? Like
2 billion dead.
2 billion people dead. You would need a city worth of robots.
Okay.
So maybe like 50,000, maybe mass-produced robots.
99,999.
Okay, 100,000 robots around Mongolia, and they travel throughout Asia.
Okay.
This section, a city of 100,000 robots. And like you don't see everyone, like they're all over, they spread. But right now in Mongolia,
Why Mongolia?
because China has a lot of people.
Yep.
And then you can go through Russia and go around the area. You can go near the southeast. Asia, go India.
Okay. Just access points.
Yeah, access points.
Okay.
China, Russia, India is not too far, and that's a lot of people already, so a lot of robots.
Yeah. You're not central though. You're admittedly back to the ocean.
But central for the population.
Yes.
Given that there's a billion, or currently a billion
Yes.
in China and a billion in India,
And then
we've already got the 2/7.
Geographically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugly. So I didn't really follow the news, but on Twitter there was something like trending about China having dead people, recently.
There's the coronavirus. There's a virus.
So it was a virus, and we like.
There's a viral outbreak. People are getting.
That's why.
It's
That's
very
why.
on topic.
This is why because we're like you were China. It was like, is it because of current events of the China?
I
that you
just
chose
thought of,
China?
like, a lot of
No,
It
it
was
was
just-
population.
Yes.
No.
I was like, where do I find the most
Coincidentally,
people?
it was just a coincidence.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. You're working overtime on that one. Okay, so we've already kind of had. There's one that's like, what are some routines we do on a regular basis? We already kind of know that. Minh, if a unit malfunctions, what happens?
You have to self repair. No choice. If you cannot do it, then another robot has to do it for you.
You have
So, but you pay that by giving your corpse energy. Let's call it like that, I guess. Corpse energy to has a currency to give another robot to assign another robot to do it to repair medical robot, I guess, or something.
okay. Sorry, can you?
Yeah. So if you're injured.
Okay, so a robot. Let's walk through it. Let's walk through it. Right.
Yeah,
So a robot, a piece of debris in a building was unstable, and it fell and like crushed like the ability for this thing to like walk.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do?
You can send a distress signal, and a rescue robot will, or if they can pick up your signal, will come to the rescue.
Okay.
And they will repair you at a cost by taking some of your corpse energy.
Your fuel.
Yeah.
Your fuel. Your fuel.
Your fuel.
So they will say that has a payment for that's literally a job for them.
Okay. So they come and they will help you, but they have to. They have their cost for doing so.
Yeah. Because they wouldn't do it for no reason.
Could you wait for someone else to come along, and hopefully you get lucky if there's someone nearby? No, because
If okay, there's that, or if there could be how do you say this? Benevolent robot that is nearby who's like, hey, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some of my energy and make a bond, make a friend to have with you, or become your friend. Like it doesn't have to be like I think the main point is that you need some
There's a class of robots that come and help you. There's a system in there.
okay, because it's a little complicated there. I think. Yeah, no, that can be the core of it, right? There's a class there's a repairing class. There's an ambulance, so to speak.
The robots, are they all the same? From that.
I don't think we're all the same.
Okay.
No,
So
I-
do you think there should be because the directive is to dispose of the dead? Should the robots, in case they see another robot in need, be able to first see if the robot can be salvaged, and then after act upon that. And they should all have a protocol to help each other to further the main cause. They should all have the same.
I think as players we
like
can decide.
robot, yeah.
As players as robot we can decide if we want to help or not. Is it up to our their own decision to calculate, analyze if the robot wants to help the other robot or not.
So how about this then, right? What if there was a central, and if you're injured, you have to
You ping.
send a diagnostic back to central, and it goes, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
It's like, "My legs don't work."
Yes.
Okay.
I'm stuck here.
Where are you stuck? In this exact location. How many bodies are around you? Whatever. And like central will take that information and decide whether or not you're worth saving.
Yeah.
Do you think the central decides, and then the central assigns somebody to do it?
Well, let's say you were in such a far location that it would waste a lot of corpse fuel to send someone out to you.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of like,
But there were not enough corpses
Okay.
around to juice up to make it back. / it was not worth their time.
okay, instead of the central deciding if they want to send somebody or not, they post a bounty on the bulletin, and the people and the robots individually can decide if they want to take out the bounty and go or not.
I feel what I'm scared about that is that it's almost too human.
I agree. I think a bounty is getting a little bit too past the robotic aspect of it. I think it should be like, there is a problem, run the solution, and there shouldn't be as much choice, right? Because notice how we said curiosity was us starting to show shades of humanity. I feel like posting a bounty and giving people a choice is way too far
That's
down the
human,
line.
yeah.
I think it's much more in the phase of like
I guess I
problem and
understand.
solution. So that's why I think like something along the lines of the like ping central
programmed.
and let's let the governing body decide whether you're worth saving or not.
I understand that, because the reason I went with this idea is because I still think that in order for this game to be let's say interesting, is that we still need to have individuality.
It'll happen. Stuff will happen, right? Your character creation is going to definitely be part of what you can, control. But in terms of like the world itself, I don't think bounties works.
Okay, all right. Then forget all bounties.
Okay.
Forget about the essentials.
Okay.
I'm going back to the main place because this is my question, my answer.
Mm-hmm.
My is that we'll have to have a medical robot to save you. We don't know how they're gonna save you. If they're gonna get the information, we're gonna leave that to later on. But right now, we said if there's a malfunction and you need a medical robot to save you. That's my answer.
Okay.
Keep it
Let's go with it.
Okay.
Medical robots. And
Perhaps medical is not the proper word, but like a repair robot,
robot.
or like a.
that's okay. They serve the purpose.
Yeah, I'm scared that
leave it
we
there.
won't have
leave
enough
it there.
things.
We leave it like that. We understand.
That's good.
Okay. And then there's one more question, and I'm going to choose between the two remaining ones.
Make it good.
Yeah. What are some routines that we must do together on a regular basis? On a regular basis, we have to do our diagnostics and defrag and back up our brains, and also like contribute to the collective brain.
Oh yeah. So every robot's experience contributes to
Is
the
shared by
knowledge of the new
central.
world.
Shared by a central.
Nice.
Yeah.
And everybody has access to it?
Yep.
Are
We're
there
all on
updates?
we're on the network, right?
Okay.
So a governing network.
Hive mind.
I hear that chat suggestion. It's way too organic. I don't like that word. A governing network what's the right word for this? A governing network dictates when we defrag backup and I guess contribute, right, to the collective,
to the knowledge pool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a full card. Good job.
Okay.
All right.
It only took X amount of time.
Well, that's the point of the game, right? Is to
Certainly
explore
is.
the story.
Yes.
We're fleshing out our world.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can nuke it after.
Can't wait.
Okay, so those are the community questions. With that, we can name the isolation. So, we have to name our group. Now, the thing about this is there might be an official name that is given by the humans to us,
Okay.
but that doesn't matter. What matters is what we call ourselves.
So imagine should we start with what the humans call us and then find a derivative, or
So, I mean, like the humans could we could, but like I don't even think that needs to be they don't even need to matter to where we go with it. You know, it could.
yeah.
So like I think the idea of us being connected via a network, and I think the fact that like, you know, we're all kind of extensions of this central would lead us to kind of almost feel like we're limbs or nerve endings or extensions of the same like body in a way. So I think a word that implies that we are like all acting as a part of the same like nervous system would be interesting.
The cell.
Cells are individual.
Ganglia.
What's
Those are like bundles of nerves. And like primitive animals. That's like kind of like a brain, but you can have ganglias a little bit everywhere in the body too.
or like an idea of like if there's a complex system, it's like we're the little things at the ends of the system.
The outputs. Or should we go more with our role? Play something about the disposal
Synapse.
part?
Or
Synapse. Okay, they can go with that. You can work in the role, definitely. Is there a word?
Mitochondria, or the powerhouse of the cell.
Fuck out of here, Parasite Eve. Thank you. No, thank you. You're not welcome.
I am super innocent this time. It's not my fault at all.
what about
Okay, so
necrobots?
Necrobots. Okay. Bots is a little bit simple. We can get a little bit, but
I like it.
But we are, like, we can definitely work in the dead part, right?
Yeah, that's why I think necro and
recyclers.
What's the word for like mushrooms and like
Spores.
no, but the class of animals or organisms that decompose things. You know what I mean? Like plants play a role.
Decomposer. The
Yeah.
decomposers.
Just keep it call it decomposer. We are the decomposer.
No, I wanna work it a little bit. I think. Okay, I see nodes. Nodes is interesting. Mycelium.
No.
What's a
A
But
node.
node is interesting.
Nodes are like the parts of a network that like they like. There's like terminals, and then there's like they break off into unique nodes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it could be that.
Necronodes?
It is short and sweet too.
Necronodes?
necronodes.
Necroids.
Well, Nickel sounds a little doesn't sound robotic, right? It
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Is okay. Let's put those thoughts aside for a second.
Yeah.
What are some terms that are associated with people who bury the dead, like
Thanatos.
grave diggers?
Yeah.
Thanatologists,
Thanatologists,
embalming, grave diggers.
yeah. What was
Mortician?
the morticians? What was the
What about
Oh, what about
incinerating?
these people that wore the masks? No, that was
What about-
those are plague doctors.
Okay.
When you burn the people,
autopsy,
Incin-
cremators,
Cremators?
cremation.
Well, we do use them as fuel, so there's like this kind of, I don't know how that actually gets done, but the cremator part kind of symbolizes that. In a way.
Reapers.
Yeah, we're
pretty-
Grim Reapers.
Straight up villain name. Yeah. Purifiers. Nodes is. I think nodes is simple and nice, but I don't know what you think.
I'm okay with that.
Death nodes.
Death Notes. Have you seen Death
Have you
Notes?
seen Death Nodes?
Death Note, report to station for maintenance.
There's all kinds of
Necronodes.
if we go back to let's take a look at the
CDN, which stands for Corpse Disposal Nodes.
current corpse disposing nodes.
Thanatonodes.
The executioners. Post-mortem. Mortems? Morticians,
I don't know.
Thanodes. Thanodes?
Yeah, Thanatos and
Nodes.
Thanodes.
Nodes and Thanatos.
I don't know what Thanatos means.
Death.
Oh, okay. Just straight up death?
Yes.
Like
So-
Latin or something?
I believe so.
I think it's from Greece.
Is it Greek? It's either Greek or Latin.
It's a god.
It's a Greek god of death.
Okay.
Thanodes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You want to hit
Literally death
us with the blue?
in Greek. Thanodes.
Yes.
Thanodes. Ba-ba.
Okay. And that is who we are. Okay, so now we are going to each create a character by taking one of three archetypes.
Okay.
So I'm going to hand you guys. You know what? I need a bookmark here for the page.
There seems to be post-its here.
I got one. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I have three cards I'm going to deal to each of you, and each one is going to have three classes on it, and you're going to choose one,
Okay.
and that'll be your class. All right, so
Customization.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, did I just give you 4 or 3?
You gave us three.
Yeah, okay, correct.
Okay, so we look at our cards.
So the back of the card, it says, our language is
Our voice. All right, so you should see on the top of the card will be the name of the class. In the middle of the card is the description of what you generally do. And then underneath that, it tells you which, if any, of the aspects you identify with. And then that'll be the basis for how you implement your character and or your job into the world. So choose one that you think sounds good.
Okay.
Damn, I have two really good cards. Okay. I will take this.
Okay, I got one.
Yeah, me too.
So dispose of the others. Yeah.
Dispose.
Okay. So, for example, I will start. I'm going to play as an explorer. So my card says explorer. We rely on you to venture beyond where the rest of us do, to push the boundaries and uncover new potential. People talk to you about the unknown. You identify with all of the aspects. You know there's undiscovered potential in one. So...
Aspects?
These are the aspects.
Yeah. The major traits of our society. So knowing that I'm an explorer that is going to... I'm going to be the Sam Porter Bridges of the world a little bit. I'm going to be pushing into the places of the map that are a bit more uncharted, taking the risks. Knowing that, if you go somewhere that doesn't have any bodies worth, if you don't find any bodies, you might be walking towards oblivion.
Right.
But I happen to think that our curiosity and our ability to perhaps look into the situation and figure out what's going on and maybe follow the clues can lead you towards otherwise uncharted territories with a better quote-unquote instinct, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to play as an explorer.
All right.
Minh?
I'm going to be the magician.
Ooh.
Oh, my tricks is pretty good, eh? I didn't want to break your card, so I didn't do real magic.
You come back.
Got it. Gotta contain that power level.
All right. So, see what I did there? You didn't understand how I did it because no one understands how you accomplish what you do. You have your secrets.
Oh.
People talk to you when they're exhausted all rational options. You identify with only one of the aspects. Your secrets lies within it, and that's the dead fuel us. It's my secret.
It's the secret of your magic.
Yes, the secret of my magic.
Okay.
All right. My turn?
Yep.
I have picked the ruler.
Ooh.
You have ultimate power in the isolation, at least on paper. Your will should always come to pass. People talk to you when they seek enforcement. You identify with two of the aspects, and you fear one of our aspects is undermining you. I identify with we dispose of the dead and the dead fuel us. And curiosity, all this feeling of bullshit is keeping us from fulfilling what we have to do.
That is really good. You are the network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
You are the
governing body, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put my card over here. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's good shit. Good shit. Yeah. Cue the OP music. What you got?
I'm the Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's coming for us, and we believe you. At least most of us do. People talk to you about predictions. So I identify with two of the aspects, and one of the aspects will be our ruin. So the two aspects that I identify with, obviously, is curiosity, which is what helps me understand that the dead fueling us is our ruin. And the other aspect I identify with is, I guess we dispose of the dead. And to reiterate, the dead fuel us is the thing that I know will be our ruin.
Okay,
Will be a ruin?
So hold on.
ruin.
The oracles.
I'll repeat.
Future.
So people talk to me about predictions, and I have a feeling that I know what's coming for us. The two aspects that I identify with is, well, one, my programming is that I dispose of the dead, and two, that I'm blessed with curiosity, which helps me understand.
So you want to know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm making predictions about that.
Okay.
And what I believed will be the aspect that will be our ruin is the fact that the dead fuel us, because logically there's going to be an end to that.
So we are at
odds
That's
here.
cool.
Yeah.
And I am
You're like,
I feel
shit.
I also
you are
feel
the villain right now. yeah. Like I am going off the network. So okay, all right, good.
I am as a magician. I'm the Jedi who's using the Force, and you telling me the Force is gonna fail. So I'm
Oh
on
my
with you right now.
god, that's cool.
Got a couple enemies here.
All right. So that's your archetype. Now then you the next step would be to actually name and introduce your character. So to go into the pages, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick a name, and then you're gonna pick like a phrase or kind of like a nickname that like people call you, right? So like they gave an example of like Sal as like one of the Mars truckers, and like he's called the first runner because he's the guy that's going out into the parts before everyone else is, right? He's making it out there first. So like that's kind of like what he's known as. So it's like your title almost, right? So yeah, I mean you already have your job, you know what the deal is. So so pick a name, and then what we're gonna do is you're gonna write it down on a folded card, and then we're gonna put those in the spaces between our aspects.
FYI, we don't have that many cards left. Should we do post-it notes for maybe our names?
Yeah, let's put post-it notes on the names. Yep. Right. So your name is how you're commonly known. Maybe a given name, maybe a name you chose, maybe a nickname. Each backdrop has a list of examples. And then what only some call you, a word or a phrase that some call you in the isolation that's different from your common name, like a special nickname, a title, or an honorific, or something they'd rather forget. So once you're done that, describe your role in the isolation, describe your role as a Thanode, and describe how you relate to the aspects. Okay? Pretty straightforward with that. So have a little think on it. I'll keep that page open for reference. If
Yeah,
you
I need a reference again.
Sure. So you want to look at that section.
Wait, how many elements do we need to write down?
So you're going to write down first, you're going to write down your name.
Your nickname? And some people call you?
Your title, like the thing that people know you as. And then you're going to introduce your character to like us in relation to how these aspects play a role in what you do. So for names, for example, though, there's a list of suggested things too, as well. If you want to pick from a list of like robotic names, if you feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab from there.
I think I might too, because I don't know enough about robotics
Where's
to,
the
like,
robotic
think of a name.
names we can pick up?
Yeah. So let me just go to the back here. We've got a couple of names here. Okay. I'm going to go with Ioni. I-O-N-I. And there's others over here. Oh, you already have one?
I'm just preparing.
No, don't do that. So fold it like this, right? And then take one side and then write it on that half. You don't have to write out name and title. Just do this. Name like that, and then title underneath it.
Okay.
Did you want the suggestions as well?
Yeah, I want the suggestion.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But give it to Reggie first. I already know my something.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're all going to use the same color marker for this anyway, though, so go for it.
This one?
Yeah. Just to keep track of, to make it easy to not confuse what's what. So, all right.
Oh, we're gonna be using this.
Right, the same pen.
Thinking about it. Sorry, I'm trying to not create dead air for 5 minutes while we stop.
Oh,
and think.
right. Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm looking at these names. I guess I was hoping, like, for the Oracle, it to be related something to, like, the programming that helps us be curious. You know what I mean? Because that's what's helping me predict the future.
Query.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I can go with that.
Aquaria or something.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, can I take a look?
Yeah. Or are you thinking, Reggie?
I'm thinking about my name.
Yeah.
I am the end-all, be-all.
You are
I'm the one that wants to make sure that we reach our goal.
command.com.
Yes.
You are
Oh, wow.
star.star. You are the BIOS. You are the CPU. You are... There's a million central fucking things you could be.
I am...
You got an idea?
That's purple, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. I have my title. My title will be the Omegadmin.
The Omega admin. Okay. Write it down.
Just need a name to go with it.
192.168.0.1.
All right, I need some help from the chat here.
What's up?
Okay, so somebody link me the 6 Nen of Hunter x Hunter, please.
Okay. I'll trust you. I trust you that this is a good reference and not just a troll.
No, I was not kidding. I was not making joke of Hunter x Hunter joke. Anyways, whatever.
All right.
It was yeah, I don't think there's somebody's gonna link it. So
Okay. My name will be Pyron.
The last boss of Darkstalkers. The fiery guy with
Accidentally.
the horns. What does that have to do
Okay.
with computers?
Pyrrhus was a commander.
Okay.
And he had a lot of victories, but he's known for having victories where he sacrificed
Oh, you
a
mean
lot.
okay. Go write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down. Introduce the whole thing, and just pass me that marker as soon as you're done. Have you got yours thought out?
Well, I'll do query for my nickname, and I'll just choose one of the names from in there for like
Okay.
the normal name.
So it's the page with the shortcut up top there.
All right, well,
No, the marker.
might be.
Thank you.
No, I'm gonna rewrite it.
Yeah, this there's not a lot of space on these unfortunately. These sticky notes. Give it a second.
Oh,
my phone sucks. I cannot navigate it.
maybe it's the user.
User error.
No, it's because my phone is really, really old, and that's like, look. I'm trying to scroll and I cannot even see what I'm saying. See what I mean?
Yeah.
My phone is it's too old.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. All right.
Once you guys are done,
Idiot.
let me know.
Okay, I think I got it. All right.
Does Hunter x Hunter have tech stuff in it? Eventually, at some point, is that?
Okay, but I'll be vague.
Yeah.
I'll be vague. You know, the Naruto has the 5 elements, and each element has a different properties. The Nen has 6 properties of each of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how it has to do with computers and robots. Okay.
So I have to put this on the side.
Okay.
No,
So,
like a name tag.
we will now do our introductions. I'll start just to
Okay.
throw an example out there. Okay, so my character's name is HTTPS,
Okay.
known as the search engine. I'm out there uncovering the fog of war, contributing to the map, and finding bodies before anybody, and letting people know if I stumble across a pile, I'm not going to sit there on that stockpile and just burn them all and consume them all. I'm going to find them, I'm going to take some, and I'm going to keep moving. So in terms of these aspects, we dispose of the dead. I dispose of the dead as a means of moving further on and finding where more dead will be. They fuel me in that, like I just said, it's about getting to the next uncovered location. So every single dot of darkness on that Metroidvania map or on that StarCraft map needs to be uncovered, and I'm hugging every wall, I'm scraping every corner,
Okay.
I'm finding all of it. That's the search engine, and I know that in terms of how and why, well, because curiosity. I need to complete the map. I need to know what's out there, and I need to know. I think once we know everything, we can make the right moves. But until we do, why just guess? You know. So that's me.
Well, welcome, HTTPS.
Well, why
to
ask?
meet
Do you want
you.
to be secure?
Yeah. Damn straight, I'm secure. No Russian hacking on this shit. Yeah.
Okay. I guess my turn.
Yep.
So as earlier I said, I was a magician, and it says that no one understands how I accomplish the things. I got my secrets, and I identified myself aspect of the dead fuels us. What it means is that I'm able to manipulate the fuels to do more than just energy. I can. I know how to use the fuels in different ways than just recharging batteries, which is why my name is called the Manipulator. Because manipulate is one of the 6 Nen property of the Nen,
Okay.
and my nickname is Dead Master. Because people will come to me. It's like, how do you use the dead? I'm the Dead Master. I'll explain to you how to use this dead that is the fuel. I can do some stuff.
Ow. Sharp. Edgy. Cut myself on that.
You got burned.
Yeah.
You got burned.
Yeah. All right. Now I see how. Okay, Nen. Right. Got it. That's a style. Manipulation. Cool. Interesting. I'm curious what that means. But this world. Talk to us.
I am Pyron. I am also the Omega admin. Anything I say goes. Our only purpose on this bare planet is to clean up bodies. We dispose of the dead. Nothing else matters. You may go as far as you want to uncharted places. We do not ask you to think. We ask you to execute your main task.
The royal we? The royal
Yes.
we. Minh, I take it back. You are not sharp at all. This is a spike ball over here. Omega admin, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not Omega.
Can I
admin,
call
it's
you Omega admin?
Yes.
OA? Owa?
There you go.
It almost sounds like
Can
OMG.
I call you Owa just to not hurt myself on that
That's
that
fair.
title every time?
Oa, Oe, that's
I'll
fine.
call you Owa.
It's
All
still
right.
is so close to OMG.
And I'm aware of everything that goes on planet Earth.
Or
With
so
all
you think.
centers. Or so I think.
As far as
Because
I've
at
been-
least on paper, I have the ultimate power. At least on paper.
yeah, I mean, you know everything that I've relayed back to you.
Yes.
Yes.
And people talk to me when they seek enforcement. So whenever there is a litigious event, I take the last and final decision because I am the Omega.
He has spoken.
It is known. So I'm the Oracle. So my name is 244L, just because I like this idea of just being some...
A number.
Yeah, just like some random robot, but that...
That's cool, actually.
Yeah, you're a factory
Yeah,
off the shelf.
Yeah, but my curiosity is what brought me to like the status of Oracle. So my nickname is Query. And I guess...
That's a really good nickname.
Yeah. Gotta thank Reg over here.
Oh, thank you.
And I guess because you said that we also have to explain how I identify with the different aspects.
Yeah. So,
Like my backstory?
how do you feel about the aspects?
Right. Well, I guess. Well, curiosity obviously is the biggest one. I think it's a blessing for me. But I mean, it's scary because I see that now the dead fuel us is going to be our end, and we have to figure out a way to stay alive past that. But our programming tells us that we dispose of the dead. So how do we go around? I guess this kind of programming is my issue here.
This is why curiosity is not important. Just do what you have to do.
Query.
Asking too many questions.
Query.
Curiosity killed more than the cat. Okay?
Query. Okay. So so that's who we are. All right. The stage is set. Next comes the turns.
I propose perhaps a break before we get to the turns.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Sure.